Hi students, 12th Standard Accountancy, Chapter-3, Exercise Sum number 10. Ahmad and Bashir contribute 60,000 and 40,000 respectively as capital. So, Ahmad contributes 60,000 rupees capital and Bashir contribute capital amount is 40,000 rupees. Their respective share of profit is 2:1. And the profit before interest on capital for the year is 5,000 rupees. Compute the amount of interest on capital in each of the following situations. So what they asked, they have given amount of capital and rate of ratio of the profit and amount of profit before the interest on capital. Okay, so they have given here three situations. So each situation, how we calculate the interest on capital. Let's take the first situation. If the profit partnership deed is silent as to the interest on capital. Listen carefully. If the partnership deed is silent, there is no interest on capital is not allowed. So interest on capital will not be allowed if the partnership deed is silent. Okay, let's go for second situation. If interest on capital at a rate at 4% is allowed as per the partnership deed. So how can you calculate the interest on capital? Listen here carefully. First we have to write profit before interest on capital. What is the amount? 5,000 rupees. So how can you calculate interest on capital? The format is interest on capital format is amount of capital into rate of interest. Ahmad amount of capital is 60,000 rupees. Rate of interest 4 means 4 by 100. Okay, 4%. Okay, so this 20 is to be cancelled for this 0 to 0, remaining 600 we have. 600 into 4, 6 4s are 24. This 20 is to be added here. So 2,400 interest on capital for Ahmed. Then Bashir's contribute capital 40,000 rupees at the rate of interest 4% means 4 by 100. After cancelling this 20 for this 20, remaining we have 400 into 4. 4 4s are 16. This 20 is to be added here. What is the total interest on capital for Ahmad and Bashir? 2,400 plus 1,600, you get 4,000 rupees. So we have a rule. What is the rule? If before you are distributing interest on capital, the profit is more than that of the interest on capital, only you can provide the interest on capital. So what is the profit amount? 5,000 rupees. How much interest on capital? 4,000 rupees. Total interest on capital is 4,000 rupees, right? Listen. Total interest on capital we get 4,000 rupees. Okay, so profit is more than that of the interest on capital. Okay, right? So if we have sufficient profit here, if you have sufficient profit, you can distribute the interest on capital. Okay, so interest on capital will be provided because profit is sufficient. Then what is the third situation? The third situation is if the partnership deed allows interest on capital is at rate of 6% per annum. So how can you calculate? First you have to write profit before interest on capital 5,000 rupees. The calculation of the interest on capital is, what is the format of interest on capital? Amount of capital into rate of interest. Okay, Ahmad amount of capital 60,000 rupees. Rate of interest what they given here 6% per annum. So which means 6 by 100. So after cancel this 20 for this 0, remaining 600 into 6. 6 6 are 36. This 20 is to be added here. Bashir's contribute interest on capital is 40,000 rupees at the rate of 6% means 6 by 100. This 0 is to be cancelled for this 20. Remaining we have 400 into 6. 4 6 are 24. This 20 is to be added here. So 2,400 rupees. What is the total interest on capital? So we have to add 3,600 plus 2,400. We will get 6,000 rupees total interest on capital. Listen. What is the format? If the profit is more than that of the interest on capital, only you can provide the interest on capital. What is the profit? Profit we have the profit is 5,000 rupees. Interest on capital what we get? 6,000 rupees. So 5,000 rupees is less than that of the 6,000 rupees. Okay, if you have profit is more than that of the interest on capital only, you can provide the interest on capital. Here you have less than, you have the profit is less than that of the interest on capital, so you can't provide the interest on capital. Okay, so the profit is insufficient, so interest on capital will not be provided. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Take care.